All right, today we're stepping into what might be the most mysterious, most profound day of the entire Christian year, Holy Saturday. It's this day that's just suspended. It's caught between the cross and the resurrection, a day defined by this incredible silence. So let's dive into this sacred pause and uncover the powerful victory that's hidden right there in the stillness.
There's this ancient homily that just perfectly captures the feel of this day. But this isn't an empty silence. It's a heavy, expectant one. It's like the whole world is holding its breath. Because while the king's body is lying in the tomb, his work is far from over.
So in the Ethiopian and Eritrean Orthodox Tewahedo tradition, this day has this really unique name, Qedam Suʿur. And that name, it gives us our very first clue into the deep, deep meaning of this day. Let's kind of break down what that actually means.
And the name itself, right, it gives us our first clue. Suʿur means something like canceled or set aside. Normally, Saturday is a day of joyful rest, a day you don't fast. But on this specific Saturday, that joy is set aside for a solemn fast. The normal rules are suspended, all to honor the Lord resting in the tomb. It makes it a completely unique day in the entire church year.
But here's the thing. Right in the middle of all this quiet solemnity, there's this incredibly beautiful ritual of hope. We're talking early in the morning, around 5:30 a.m., while it's still dark out. The priests and deacons come out in their finest robes, processing through the streets. They sing these ancient uretic chants, proclaiming, "Through his cross he worked peace and revealed his resurrection." And as they go, they hand out green palm branches to everyone. It's a promise of life, right in the midst of death. So what's the deal with this single green branch? Why are they handing out a piece of a palm tree on a day of such profound silence? Well, it's not just some nice decoration, it's a message. It's a piece of good news with roots that go deep into the story of salvation. To really get it, we've got to go all the way back to the story of Noah, remember? After the flood had covered everything, he sent out a dove. And when that dove finally came back holding a freshly plucked olive leaf, it was the very first sign that the judgment was over. It was the good news that the waters of destruction had gone down and a new beginning was finally possible. And that right there, that paints a perfect picture for us today. The priest handing you that green branch, it's like he's Noah's dove. The message couldn't be clearer. The great flood of sin and death has been completely overcome by the sacrifice of Christ. The punishment is gone. A new creation has already begun, even if we can't fully see it just yet.
Okay, so let's get to the real heart of the mystery here. Because while the world just sees a sealed tomb, a stone rolled in front, a defeated man, the church proclaims something totally different. A hidden, universe-altering victory is happening right now.
And this is probably the most crucial thing to understand about Holy Saturday. There's this dual reality going on. On one hand, yes, physically, Christ's body is at rest in the tomb. But spiritually, his soul, which is united with his divinity, is on the attack. He descends to the place of the dead, to what's called Sheol or Hades. And he doesn't go there as a prisoner. No, he goes as a conqueror.
This whole idea, it's often called the Harrowing of Hell, and it is absolutely central to what's going on. Christ goes into the very heart of darkness to declare his victory. He shatters the gates of death, he binds the enemy, and he frees the souls of the righteous. We're talking Adam, Eve, Abraham, Moses, everyone who had been waiting for this very moment, and he leads them into the eternal rest of paradise.
And this incredible act of liberation, it totally redefines what rest even means. It changes the meaning of the Sabbath day itself. It fulfills everything that came before and kicks off everything that's to come. Think about it this way. On the very first Sabbath, God rested after creating the world. Now, on this holy Sabbath, Christ rests after redeeming the world. The first was the completion of the physical world. This one is the completion of our salvation. The work is finished, and his rest becomes our peace.
So why does all this ancient theology matter so much to you and me right now? Because this experience of Holy Saturday, it isn't just some historical event. It is a profound spiritual reality that we all live through.
We all have these times, don't we? These moments in our lives that feel like a sealed tomb. Times when our prayers just seem to hit the ceiling, when grief just won't let go, when we're waiting for healing, for a breakthrough, for some kind of answer, and it feels like absolutely nothing is happening. Those are our Holy Saturdays.
And this is the question the day asks every single one of us. When all the evidence points to absence, to failure, to an end, how do you hold on to the promise of a new beginning?
How can you possibly trust that God is at work when all you can see is a sealed tomb? Here's the secret. God's silence is not God's absence. You see, real, rock-solid faith, it isn't really built in the sunshine of Easter morning. It's forged in the quiet, patient waiting of Holy Saturday. It's the trust we learn to have when we see nothing, yet we choose to believe everything.
And this is our confidence. This is what we hold on to. Your situation might look and feel like a closed tomb, but the message of Holy Saturday is that the decisive victory has already been won. Beneath the surface, Christ has already descended, death has already been defeated, and your resurrection is already being prepared.
So, as we wait through this sacred, silent day, hold on to that green branch. Hold it tight. Let it be that small symbol of defiant hope. It reminds us that even in the deepest silence, life is at work. The flood is over. The dawn is coming. Resurrection is not just possible, it's a certainty.